Good morning, you lovely lot, and welcome along to another episode of Draw With Mikey, episode 87. Hurrah! This is one of those ones I'm recording first thing in the morning, guys, so this is Sleepy Mikey time again, the radio dulcet Mikey that you sometimes get, but I will probably wake up as we go along, because for those of you in the know, you're already aware that this is the casual midweek series where we'll talk about what anything, spoiler alert, swear word alert, it's really absolutely fine, it's just my opportunity to basically ramble on for the better part of an hour, read through the comment section and say hello to you guys, answer any questions you might have, or just continue any weird weekly conversations I'm having with half of you guys as well. It's just a little bit of to and fro. I like it. It's my way to say hi. How are you doing? Get in the comments, let me know. So, if I just scroll down, Chillout Midweek Art says, aye, blessings given by Senpai at 2 minutes 40. Thank you so much. I'm definitely going to do it. Excellent, Cello. I'm just going to sip this. Don't know if you can hear. Get yourself a great big mug of black coffee. Really bitter, but it's going to wake you up. That's my early morning punch, and I am out of milk, otherwise it would be kind of delicious smooth coffee. Maybe you guys have tea or coffee in the background. That's actually probably the most important thing we tend to discuss here, but we hide it by, you know, pretending to talk about art and anime sometimes as well. I hope the advice I gave you, Cello, was very good, because I can't remember what it was and I can't remember your question from last week. I'm so sorry. Seijuan Art says, nice, draw hand. Thank you, Seijuan. Are you saying that the hands we drew last week were nice, in which case thank you? Or is this a command, draw more hands in the future, in which case, yes, I should. In the last DWM in the background, we're just drawing loads of hands. It was hands warm-up practice, so a lot of the hands were quite derpy, to be fair, in line with just getting out another tutorial. Oh my god, what are we going to do this weekend? I actually don't know yet, at time of recording. This time round in the background, I've probably filled it up with a few more of the Mikey the Gathering sketches we were doing for some of the people on Twitch, although I'm not going to get into the details of that. Just a load of random images to go on Mikey the Gathering cards. Los Juegos de Salem. Oh wow, the children of Salem. Master, make a tutorial of feet, you say. 6 likes. Los Juegos. Yeah, I've done a feet tutorial before in the past, but they're really blocky and they're not great. It's like a real rough half at it, so... Excuse me, let's just sip this some more, actually. Did I mention this is a casual series where I do just stop mid-sentence because I'm desperate to sip more coffee? Yeah, we've done a foot tutorial in the past. We will do another one because they weren't quite as great as I would want them to be. And, you know, we've got to nail down the feet along with all the hands and other difficult areas that people tried to avoid in their artwork. I know the struggle is real. Juegos, great idea. Dankish Sheep, excellent. I just love your name. Not quite dank, but dankish. Yo, Mikey, in school I have this hot teacher that I'm drawing in a lewd position. I remember you saying that this is a safe place to say stuff like that. Keep up the great work. Dankish Sheep, it is a safe place. And excellent. I hope your picture or your drawing goes very well. I do also hope for your sake that, you know, you don't get caught with it, or, you know, you keep that low key unless you're going to make it a gift to her. Or maybe it's a gift to him. Have you given a gender in school? I have this hot teacher that I'm drawing in a lewd position. Dankish Sheep. Your teacher could be anyone because it's 2018. It could be like this curmudgeonly old man that you really like in that kind of legsy kind of bum vibe. Whatever works for you. I'm going to assume a lady, but assumptions aren't safe anymore. I hope you have a great time with it. Just, you know, yeah. Don't get caught. It might give you a hard time. But great work. And Jimbo8472 says, somebody already did Kratos-chan. Kratos-chan? Oh my goodness. I'm just going to... Because we did Thanos-chan the week before last. Let's have a look at Kratos. You know what? I know who's done Kratos-chan. I know Shadbase has done a Kratos. Because I caught one of his streams a while ago. Just putting in Kratos-chan to see if we've got any cool Channy versions. Oh my god, there's one with Jackie Chan's face on it, which is probably my favourite. Yeah, there's a couple out there. The Chans. What can I say? I know I've said here that we do the odd Chan, but we're trying to come away from it because we're better than that. We're not. Trust me, we're not. But there are a few good Channers out there who chan some people up. Let's have a quick look. Crob the Great One says, hey Mikey, hello Crob, can you draw a mashup from Fate / Grand Order? I don't know what Grand Order is. I know Fate is in Fate Stay Night or the various Fates, because there's like 3 different versions of that anime out or something. Is Grand Order one of them? Actually, I'm just going to pop into Google and have a quick look. Because I know that I've watched Fate... Oh god, Fate Grand Order. Oh wow, I'm completely unaware of this. I do know that I've watched... Fate the Wrong Way. You guys were actually having a go at me ages ago in the comment section, like months back. What was it? I didn't watch the original Fate. I watched the remake or the the kind of slicker version that they did. Oh god, Unlimited Blade Works, is that it? Anyway, it looked fucking amazing, but apparently I really shouldn't have done it in that direction. I should have done Original Fate first. Tra-la-la-la-la. Don't worry, I probably will one day. Hashtag I never have the time. Contemplate Tech says, Mikey, you're really cool. Thank you very much, Contemplate Tech. That's very kind to read first thing in the morning. And I appreciate your skill and effort. I didn't mean to backstep on hero comment. I just meant that I don't need to scream it like a psychopath. Absolutely. Sadly, I still haven't figured out my Photoshop issues. Oh, what? So I've gone back to Krita just to try to get some art done. Thank you for at least trying to get me an idea of what might be wrong. No question this week, just praise and appreciation. Contemplate Tech. That's very, very kind, but you are doing one hell of an essay. Hashtag alcohol crew, hashtag minor consumptions of some liquid. Ooh, what are you drinking? Let's have some coffee. That was more than I thought it would be. Oh, that really just leapt down the mug into my mouth. And P.S. I looked on your podcast channel and didn't see Ready Player One episode. Did I just overlook it? Oh, Contemplate Tech. We haven't... Oh, God. So, like, some of you might know that I have, like... If this is... How to put it? If this is, like, my hobby channel, like I do the drawings on YouTube because I like to draw on the side... Then my hobby side is like doing some film stuff with Film Cram, another channel here. And God, we did a podcast for Ready Player One, but the audio quality changes because one of the recording things failed halfway through. The battery just died, and then the rest of it's recorded on the phone. I don't think the quality is good enough to actually stick up on there. I just think it's a bit of a jarring shift. I might just do it for the sake of uploading it because we do have it, but the podcasts, we don't do that regularly. It's kind of an on and off thing. So Contemplate Tech, I'm kind of answering your question. It's not really related to this channel, but of course that's the whole point of this casual. Let's drink more of this. You know what, guys, I think the secret is wake up super early if you have to, make yourself a coffee, drink that coffee before you then turn on the computer and get the microphone out and start doing some recording. That probably would have been a better way to do this, but no, I'm just so keen for you lot. So yeah, it's not up there yet. Will it be up in the future? Probably, if Ken, the other guy who works in that, will, you know, if he really bugs me about it, I'll do it just to keep him happy. But it's probably not going to go up. Kraken said, wow, did someone just put thumbs down in this video? Also, can you do a video on how to fill in your sketchbook? Specifically, how do you fill in your sketchbook? Kraken. Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Yeah, people are going to thumbs down all videos around there. That's just the nature of YouTube. How I fill in my sketchbook. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Oh, my God, but I can feel my voice going. Oh, it's getting croakier and croakier, guys. I do apologise. If this particular episode of DWM is probably just mumblecore, I'm so sorry if you can't understand a single word I'm saying. I'm not going to help you out. Filling in the sketchbook video. Yes, I can. You know, I was going to do one a fair while ago because I've been asked a fair bit. And then Jazza did. Oh my God, my voice. Excuse me, I'm going to go off piece and have a little cough. Fa la la la. Hello. There we go, that's better. Open the hatch, good sir. What year is this? Okay, I'm back. Excellent. So, basically, yeah, I was going to do a sketchbook. Oh, it feels much better. I was going to do a sketchbook video a while ago. Just, you know, this is how I fill it in. I'd say some of the tricks are don't treat your sketchbook like it's sacred and use it and abuse it like a friend, basically. And, you know, get your pages tatty and just throw down any idea you can. And then Jazza, actually, this was all last year, Jazza did a really good sketchbook video, how I fill in my sketchbook, and he talked about the most useful pens versus some kind of good extra pens if you've got the space in your sketchbook, and I was like, wow, that's really good. And I was just like, well, I'm not going to do mine now. That was brilliant. So enough time's passed that I'm not just like trying to do a Jazza clone channel. But yeah, I should talk about my version, or at least my thinking around it. That's a great idea. In fact, it's so good that I'm going to open a notepad file I forgot to open before this episode. Sketchbook filling in video. I do feel like I should use my sketchbook a bit more widely, like cheeky watercolours, because it's all just pencil and ink in there. But yes, thank you very much. Good crack. And Smith says, about the tie questions. Yes, I would wear them, but I like crazy ones. And you know, it works in most jobs that aren't allowed. I was thinking of starting a channel of painting ties. Yeah, so we talked last time about when you do and don't wear ties, for what situations, sometimes you do for work, etc, etc. Do you remember in Back to the Future, right? Is this a fever dream, or did this really happen? In Back to the Future, Marty McFly goes into the past and then has to return to the future. Brilliant. In Back to the Future 2, Marty! It's your kids, Marty! We gotta stop him! I can't remember what really happens. Oh yeah, he gets in trouble in like a gang robbery. He goes to the future. And in the future, which I can't remember what it is, but I think we've physically past the time that was set in. It was set in like 2005, I don't know. But in the future, people wear 2 ties, one next to the other. 2 ties! 2 ties, come on. I just... God, I can't keep recording so early in the morning. I can't get my mind off those 2 ties now. Anyway, they wore 2 ties next to each other. Who would have thought such a thing could be possible? Anyway, God, what was your question? I'm so sorry. Anyway, I know it was too personal a question, but my idea was to gain some information on painting ties and send you one for ties. Sorry if this won't work if I ask you personal questions anymore, you have my word. Oh, Smith, don't worry. Because we do answer personal questions on here. I mean, like, you know, there might be the odd thing that I simply will decide is not for everyone to share, but like, yeah, no, it's cool, dude. Don't worry about it. Oh God, I'm sure we talked about ties last episode. Did I give off the vibe that it was too personal? That was my button? That of all the things Mikey will talk about, of all the lewd things he's not scared to draw, because people need to learn to draw everything, and some people are going to shy away from some topics, and I refuse to let the man stop me. But at some point we talked about ties, and it hit a sore spot, and I was just like, this episode's over. DWM is over. Shut it down, okay? We're done. Get out. Oh, no. Anyway, yeah, don't worry about it. Basically is where I'm going. Equest Eventus Socassus, oh my God, says, shoot 'em up, Remo Williams. By the way, I happen to be doing a study on hand as well. Just got Matthew Lefray's book, Axis Mundi, an awesome artist if you want to check him out. Read more. Speaking of 1980s, you should draw the Sorceress of Castle Grey. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, so like last episode we had a question that I forgot to, question up. And my question is basically my opportunity to steal your ideas. That's the secret to most of my questions. Did you guys have, and I'm sorry, I've just realised I might be shouting down this microphone, just leaning forward in my sleepiness. Did you guys ever have any films, this is what I'd asked, from, action classics, whether it's recent or not, action films that kind of went under the radar, they kind of came and went, and they haven't stuck around in people's minds, that I might not have seen, that I therefore might want to watch? Shoot 'em up. I actually know what you're talking about now. It's got, how to put it, because I've not watched it, but he's always eating a carrot, right? This is Shoot 'em Up. He shoots people and he eats carrots. I think that might literally be the tagline on the poster. And it's got the guy from Children of Men, who was really good and cast to possibly be a Bond before Daniel Craig. Oh shit. What's his name? He's good. He's good in a lot of stuff. He was in Sin City as well. The first one? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Shoot 'em Up. I like it. Remo Williams as well. I don't know. So I will take that for later. Thank you very much, Equest Eventus. I do like that. Anyway, Sorceress of Castle Grayskull from He-Man. Maybe a shipping or a painting with her and the evil Lynn, the other sorceress on the show. I also really like that. 80s cartoon sorceresses. Sorceress from Castle Grayskull. Original He-Man. And I say, oh, it's too early. It's too early for that. I was going to have a little go at a sing-song. Hey! Oh God. No, it just sounds like I'm having a moment. That is too high pitch for morning coffee singing. Okay. Absolute Zero says, nice new intro. Absolute Zero. Thank you. I think I'm using the same intro I have been for like 40 odd weeks or something like that, but I do have a new one in the mind. I've got, oh my God, am I gonna record this before I move? Excuse me, I'm just rubbing my face quite violently in the morning. I'm going to, and that's a sniffle of tiredness, I'm not upset. I'm going to, I've got all the music I need to use for it. I know this is like, we're talking about a 3-second introduction, but basically I need to just get a load of shots of me making a cup of tea, like get some nice light on it, show a bit of steam coming off the kettle, things like that. So yeah, I do need to get that out of the way. What was your question? I've gone on a bit of a side ramble. I'm thinking about the best times of day to get footage of me just turning the kettle on. What was your, oh God, have I lost it? Oh yeah, nice new intro is basically what you said. Oh yeah, some episodes, guys, are a bit more interconnected. We talk very much on a particular topic and we smash our way through. Some of them are a little bit too early in the morning, and yeah, you can tell I'm just a rambling mess. My God, thank you so much for letting this play in your ear holes. How kind of you. Oh my goodness. Or like we say quite a lot, maybe you've just fallen and you can't get up and change the channel, in which case that's also welcome. Eddie Colon says, the thumb likes to be difficult to draw. Yeah, I know, mate. Foreshortening of the hands, legs and torso and the head are the most difficult things to do. Right now I'm trying to study proportions, basic figures and muscle in the body. We all think that drawing is like how mangakars usually do in manga, but it's really hard. Thanks for sharing your time, Mikey. Eddie Colon, absolutely. Sometimes I produce the odd tutorial that looks quite like... Often I don't, so don't worry about it. But sometimes I make the odd one that looks fairly polished. Like I dive in and I say, we're going to draw A, B, and C, and we draw A, B, and C, and it works. But bear in mind, I'd like have to do warm-up off screen. I like try to draw loads of really crap versions first. Sometimes I start a tutorial halfway through and I just fuck it up. And I'm just like, oh man, that looks so bad. And then I'm just like, okay, fresh sheet of paper, turn everything on and off again, and we're going to start from scratch. So yeah, no, it happens to all of us. I'm not like, because I know what you mean. When you watch some of your favourite manga cards in those videos, especially on YouTube, where there's the guy that does the interviews also working, and they literally just sit there and just draw, like no building blocks, no structure, just draw their character in pencil, draw it again in ink, and then just, you know, edit it a little bit, and then start working on the different layers with different types of ink brushes and pens, and you're just like, wow. But I get it, because if you don't work like that, if you can't work that quickly with your own characters, you're not going to be able to produce content every week for a publisher's deadline. So the way that I kind of draw and build up is kind of slower. I don't know, safer's the term, but it's a more gentle building up to the kind of form and shape that you need. But I think it's only something you can use if you've got the time to use it. If I'm just sitting down in a sketchbook, I might just drop straight into a character, but it won't be that kind of finish that the professionals do. And yeah, God, they literally just know what they need to draw. And there's something really weird about that, because I'm really impressed by it, but it looks like it just comes out of necessity to reach the deadline. And I don't know if it's, how to put it, it's a power that I want, but I don't know if I want to live under the kind of pressure that forces you to learn the skill. Anyway, Deaf Serpent says, can you, what a lovely name, can you please do Mecha Girls, maybe Armored Core Mecha Girls? Deaf Serpent, yes, I do actually. I don't know at what point you're going to see it on screen, but one of the Mikey the Gathering cards involved, because it's just random pictures from keywords that people give me on Twitch. Deaf Serpent, somebody maybe do like a mecha nine-tailed kitsune or something like this, seven-tailed thing. And anyway, I realised that I really struggle with mech. I didn't understand the angle, so I just gave it like a load of rail guns just sticking out of tails on the back. So yeah, I need to come back across that. Did we talk about last week this amazing artist who I think is incredible doing watercolour Gundam? I'm just going to mention their name. It might have been in stream we talked about it. Watercolour Gundam, really quickly, just because it's so beautiful of their artwork. By Truenec, Trunnec. Just if you basically Google Gundam watercolors, you're going to see all of his work. It's so delicious. Oh, it's so good. Okay, let's go back. Come on. Come on. Okay, great. Axia, what? I'm going to try to keep the pace on. Have I said that yet? That's usually one of the things. Oh my god! Oh my god! Sorry, sidetrack time. I was about to say I need to keep the pace up with your comments, and then I was about to comment that that's something I say most episodes, and then I just remembered we did Claire from Claymore. We've finally done a Claymore fan art. I like it. I like what we did because it has a kind of pose that's actiony, and I had a completely different go at painting style again. This time around, we built up that kind of soft framework and had a draft line, and once I got the draft line out of the way, I didn't put any final line on, and we started painting into the draft line layer and then working up from there. And the point is that it gives you a very different type of rendering finish. I mean, you can see plenty of areas, excuse me, that have a black line around the edges, where I've not quite, you know, kept to the rule. But around the face and shoulders especially, like the final rendering has like darker edges, but they're not the black fine line layer. It's all coming off the shadows and highlights of that particular texture layer, i.e. darker grey edges for the clothes, darker skin tones around the edges of the face, kind of deeper oranges around the blonde hair around the edges and stuff, to kind of change the painting quality of it. And that's just, again, it's a result of just following different artists on YouTube and on Twitch and trying to emulate a little bit of what they do and see if it works for me or if I like the flavour of it. Honestly, don't know how I feel about what I just did in that Claymore picture. The doing of the Claymore was great though, because we finally did it. That's one of those big, weird Mikey memes that's been building up, but we can finally clear out the way. Like, this house is clear. And we'll get her done. I do want to draw another one in slightly more of a salubrious position. That one was a safe for Twitch, safe for YouTube. Claymore swinging a sword. But there's kind of a more slightly close-up intimate style version that I want to do. And obviously it's going to be on Patreon. But I don't know if I'm going to... like, if it's safe enough to get in a cheeky YouTube video one. Yeah, maybe we can make it a DWM background. I don't know. I'm going to come back to that. It's a completely different side things. Maybe... no, I was going to say I could do it as a quick art study, but that won't work as well because there's going to be boobs in it. But yeah, what am I saying? Basically, really just changing up what we're doing of some of the finish, and thus Claire is out of the way, which means the only other things that I need to worry about are my art, your design, what pen. God, I did a what pen do I use? Oh shit, no, I haven't. I haven't done the what pen video. There's other long-term outstanding things we need to do, but one of them at least is down, which you guys have nailed in all of the comments to that video, so thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Let me just sip this. Oh, this is a really bad sign. I should have definitely given it an hour before I did this. I keep looking back at your comments and I keep losing where I was, which I do a little bit sometimes, but I'm doing it every time this time around. I think Mikey needs to go back to bed. Axio Watt says, hey Mikey, it's been a while. Hello Axio, I went to my first convention recently and I'm working on an animatic for it. It's taking forever, I bet. Oh, awesome, what was the convention? Where did you go? Anyway, at the convention, I met Rake. He said he notices you drop into his live stream sometimes. I picked up one of his art books while I was there and I was curious, have you gotten any artworks from artists that you like outside of manga? Axio Watt! You've met Rake! I'm so jealous, dude. That's fucking awesome. And he Rake knows who I am. Senpai noticed me in his streams. Yeah, no, Rake's streams are really good. It's really insightful to see what he does. Artworks from artists that I like outside of manga. Yes, I do, Axio Watt. Some of my preferences in that kind of area are probably quite old school, because if I see an artist that I like now, I'll just grab all of their stuff online. But yeah, I'm just going to have a really quick look to see if I can give you an example. Oh, wow. I'm so jealous. I don't know if you know who Tofu said she is, but she's met Rake as well. I was also very jealous. So I'm off-piste with my coffee. Such a professional show. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, here we go. We've mentioned this one before. And... oh, yeah, okay, let's grab this one. We're in my room whilst we're recording this. Actually, oh, wait a minute, and I'll just come back here. Okay. Sorry guys, shouting at you. We're in my room whilst I'm recording this, so I can only grab a couple books that are in my shelves here. But there's another shelf downstairs full of actual art history, fine art studies, all that sort of stuff. And there's plenty of stuff that I like. It doesn't like, you know, the calming aspects of a Rothko or some of the really messed up stuff of like Giga or something like that. Books that I happen to have here which aren't related. I've mentioned this one before and we had a chat with somebody else. Ultra Terranium, the paintings of Bruce Pennington, BrucePennington. He's a really old school sci-fi artist, did a lot of covers for books back in the 70s and 80s, and just incredible work. And here's a comic book that I've got, a French comic by Enki Bilal, called La Trilogie Nicopole. So it's got La Froid or Immortel, La Femme Page, and Le Froid Equateur, which is basically like another illustrator whose work is just, it's got such a particular quality to it. You really can't miss it out. I really do like it. So yeah, I really, I do vibe a lot of artwork, a lot of fine art and classical art I don't really engage with anymore. It's been a long time since I've been to a museum in London and so on. But yeah, I do very much get a lot of pleasure out of non-anime artwork. Also, anything that's kind of concept art and stuff, I'm an absolute sucker for as well. But yeah, what about you? Like, any artists? Oh my god! Should we make that the question? I'm gonna make that the question. Let me just... you know what, I need to start putting a question back into the titles of the videos. What are your... thank you very much, by the way, Agsy. I'm gonna steal that. What are your favourite non-anime artists? Lovely. We'll make that the question. Generic Gaming for the win says, could you do a tutorial on how to draw pistols? Love your work, by the way. Generic Gaming, thank you very much. Yes. Hand tutorial holding gun has been on there, as well as I guess different types of guns that we can kind of put into all of that. We'll get that sorted. And Yuri Bremner says, first and nice, back to the paper and In the theme of this DWM, a thumbs up. Yuri, thank you very much. Back to the paper last week, indeed, for doing the hands warm up. Back to the tablet again in this one. Let me just moan with you guys really quickly. I got a Windows 10 update, and that's it, story over. I got this Windows 10 update, and it was killing my computer. So it like installed like a real fresh new version of Windows. You know, sometimes your computer updates and it shuts down, and sometimes it updates for about like an hour and keeps turning on and off, and then you get like a welcome screen again and this brand new version of Windows is on. And I think it was to fix some kind of exploit, but it just really ruined all of my tracking in Photoshop. It was becoming borderline unusable. It's really frustrating. And I think it subsequently downloaded some updates that might take care of it, because Photoshop is behaving a little bit more, but I haven't sat down for a proper session yet. And I've turned off all sorts of bits in the background. I've been following all sorts of online guides to stop the new update from just lagging the hell out of it. But yeah, really disappointed, because it's just made a problem where I never had one before. Anywho, Algena Rovia says, hands, my worst enemy. Oh, mate, you and me both. That's why you've got to force yourself to draw with them, even if you hate them. You've got to turn your weaknesses into strength and, you know, stuff and ting. I'm mostly thinking about the coffee for your comments. I'm so sorry, everyone. Sarah Byrne Studio says, gosh dang... Oh, I know who this is. Gosh dang it, Mikey. I didn't realise you stream on Twitch. I just came across this video which led me into a spiral of finding you all over the internet. Haha, I'm Z-Lady Lufian on Twitch. Yes, you are. Next time you're in my chat, I'm going to shout you out from the mountaintop. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so one of the people that I fanboy over on Twitch, another artist, is Z-Lady Lufian. Z as in Z Lady, and then Lufian, Luthien on Twitch. Oh my god, she's so good. Incredibly talented artist who works in loads of real mediums, so she's smashing like watercolours and gouache and stuff like that. I think she's less in love with acrylic than she used to think it was the answer to everything. But yeah, no, I follow her artwork. Very, very good. Very nice place to get in her chat room and stuff like that, and just see her paint live. And yeah, I was on Twitch the other night and she was like, I know who you are. And I was like, oh, Senpai noticed me. It was well good. Great, excellent. Good to see her in here. I'm sure she won't be listening for another hour into the comment section of the DWM next time. But yeah, absolute pleasure. Wow, what a find. See, I keep mentioning Twitch these days, and a lot of the stuff we do on the old YouTube, it's the place to be. It's just a live version of this. Zero Dragon 7 says, Mikey, can you do an art piece on Diane from the 7 Deadly Sins? Oh, she's on the list, don't worry. Zero Dragon, she is on the to-do. And Juan Zavela says, wow, amazing work. Thank you very much, Juan. That's very, very kind of you. Let's get this scrolled. Promotion 5 says, Mikey, could you please do a P2 fan art, also chibi yourself? Promotron, chibi myself? Maybe not. Pito, yes, we need to... I did like a very rough version of her, mostly just like a close-up on the face, when I was doing a tablet review for the Huion GT 2200 version 2. Oh my god, I love my tablet talk. Ages ago, and I really liked engaging with that and getting like the colours in. I do need to do like a slightly fuller, etchier version of that. You're absolutely right. In fact, like I've written on a list before, I know, but I'm just going to pop on there. And Darren Brent says, hands are always the most complex things to sketch. Thanks for the tips, Darren. Yeah, no worries, dude. I'm glad if anything can be of use. And Jimbo8472 mentions classic action flicks. John Woo's Hard Boiled. Already got it. I've got that on HD. I love Hard Boiled. It's classic. Starring a very young Chow Yun-Fat. Yeah, you know this, right? Oh wait, am I confusing Hard Boiled with something else? Which is the one with the hospital shootout? I'm sure it's Hard Boiled. Because it starts off in the gambling ring, right? Yeah, the hospital scene is insane. If you guys like your... excuse me, horrible burp there. I'm really, really sorry, guys. If you guys like your action films like John Wick, and, you know, basically shooting and diving and running around with guns, absolutely. Early Chow Yun-Fat, Hard Boiled is a fucking classic. Adds this incredible shootout, in this hospital where the camera just goes around with them and follows all of these, and it's all in-set live action, all live spot props and effects, all timed and choreographed just so well. And then there's got like famously one of like the biggest, fastest set redressings where like the characters destroy a corridor of a hospital, walk into an elevator, and as the elevator's doors shut, the camera's still rolling. And in the background on set, people sprint in and they sweep up all the broken glass and move all of the fake walls and all of the gun damage with fresh walls and fresh panes of glass, all rigged as well to go off for special effects and stuff. Put it all in place, and the lift doors reopen and the characters, in terms of the narrative, walk out onto a fresh new floor of the hospital, but it's all the same set that they just redressed at like 100 miles an hour. It's so good! Absolutely worth it. Sorry guys, we're going on a tangent again. Deep Palmar says, what's going on in the background sound? Is it a fan or air conditioning? Deep Palmar, this particular... Wait. Oh god, I can't remember. I either recorded the last DWM with like the window open, or maybe you're just hearing like this massive fan of my computer. And then I think the one before I tried doing on it, not the tablet I just reviewed, a completely different tablet I probably recorded on. And I was wedged in for space, like the microphone sitting on almost on the tablet itself, and it's probably sitting right next to the fan. You can probably hear all sorts of whirring and churring. I didn't catch it myself, but yeah, I'll keep an eye out for the audio qualities in the future. Carolina Jimenez, Manga Banga, says, thanks for this. Always makes my middle school art better. Excellent, Carolina, if it's going to be of any use, all them hands. And FX Caliber 2514 says, hey Mikey, hello FX. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, no worries. What did I say? And sorry for wording my prior question poorly. I've been taking the time every day to get back on track and at least draw something as you suggested. Yeah, hey, fill out that sketchbook, get some artwork down. I don't draw every day, I wish I did. Yeah, I wish I draw 5 out of 7's probably good. I know you've been asked this a lot, but how long did it take for you to get your own style? And also I found out a really good how-to book by Hotengeki on Amazon that I'm probably going to get. Thanks again for the good art. Oh, you know what? I'm aware of that art book in that somebody about 5 odd weeks ago mentioned it to me. And I don't think you can buy it in English, I'm not 100% sure. But I was like, wow, I know Hotengeki, he draws amazing sexy girls. And yes, this art book looks really, really good. So, you know, I'm probably going to copy the entire format and then do like a Mikey art book further down the line. But yeah, I do actually want to grab a copy of that in real life as well. I might have to join you FX Caliber and grab it off Amazon. Active Servo 12 says, I look up to you, your art skills are impeccable. Active Servo 12, they are not impeccable, but thank you so much for the very kind comment nonetheless. As mentioned before, I'm just some random bloke, in this particular example, some random early in the morning, quite sleepy, grumpy bloke. I'm not grumpy, don't worry, but I am sleepy. I'm just a random bloke who's also kind of learning to draw. In some respects I've got some basics down, but I'm still absolutely just, you know, discovering stuff as much as anybody else. Anyway, you're clearly an educated individual. Oh my, you've charmed me. And you succeed when relating to your audience, all whilst drawing incredible art with great commentary. Active Servo 12, that's such a kind thing to say. I feel really guilty now that you're saying that on a DWM episode, the least professional, casual burping awful episodes in the world, but it's real, you know what I mean? This is, you're really in my room right now. I've really woken up, I'm really drinking coffee, we're cutting out all the BS for the DWMs. This is mano a mano, or women, or mixed in between, because it's 2018 and we really don't mind. West Brionage says, Accent Classics. Oh, now I'm excited. I think I'm just about to steal some ideas. West Brionage says, Jet Li, the one. Oh my god, the one! Jet Li's answer to the Matrix. I am the one! And it's like got a really early Jason Statham scene where like he hasn't worked out whether or not he can work in Hollywood with an English accent yet, so he tries to put on this really weird like gruff American mid-Atlantic voice. I don't know where I'm from. That's an even worse example than he did. But yeah, I know the one. That's, yeah, it's got some fun moments. What are you going to say? What's better than Jet Li fighting himself with an edgy 90s music in the background? Oh god. Look, just if you're making a movie, don't put in contemporary music unless your movie is very much trying to be of the age. So if you want to make a movie, right, that's just all about 80s high school jinx again, like, I don't know, or like 80s, like, oh, how to put it? If you want to make a 90s movie set like it's an 80s movie with loads of high school stuff, Donnie Darko's probably a great example of a soundtrack that they put on there. very much of the time, that's absolutely fine. But when you get other films and you fill it full of the music of the day, you know, like, oh, kids are listening to this these days, we'll put it in our action film. A score like that can date the film almost as badly as, you know, really bad CGI might date, say, The Phantom Menace. You've got to be really aware of that. So, big exponent of keep those orchestral and ambient and effects-based scores going. I mean, not all horns ever since Inception, because people are doing that a little bit to death, but orchestral scores, unless we're talking like Terminator or something like that, where it has its own place diegetically, kind of live a bit longer in film. Whereas music of the day, when you're making a film, if you put like the top 10 hits back when you're doing a production of a movie, by the time the film comes out, like could be a year or two later, it's already going to feel really weirdly dated. And 10 years down the line, that stuff does not hang up very well. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, edgy 90s music, or espionage, you're absolutely right. Buzatu La Villana. Oh, have I said that right? Thank you. Oh my god, I love when he's drawing new anime. He teaches me to draw an anime. Thank you. You're welcome, Buzatu. And Rossman Ultra says, thicker than I expected. 18 minutes and 8 seconds. That's what she said. Anyway, bros, just... God, that's so bad. Just listening to your salty tones. Thank you. Whilst I try and progress in my skill to the style of Sakimi-chan. Progress is slow. Good day, sir. Rossman Ultra, right? We all want to just... I mean, her business model as well. I need to be like Sakimi-chan. It's 2018. Who do you want to be in life, Mikey? I was going to say when you're older, but I'm already there. I'm at the old stage. I want to be this girl that I've heard of called Sakimi-chan, because her art style is incredible. Her art speed is incredible. That's what really blows my mind, how quickly she does what she does. And also, she just constantly smashes out popular characters. If you're going to go to a convention and sell some art prints, Sakimi-chan's got that shit on lockdown. Yeah, we need to take a look at literally her business model and just change what we do here. Just a little bit. Let it influence what we do. Emerson Alves says, how about a challenge? Draw in pixel art style. Ooh, Emerson Alves. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm not going to do that anytime soon, but I like it. Pixel art. Pixel art style up some characters. Yes. Yes. And Eddie Colon says, well, Mikey, you heard what I said last time. I didn't hear it, I read it. But yeah, same thing. Dima Kaftan says, hey, Mikey. Hello, Dima. In your opinion, what is important in the standards of a shonen... What is important in the standards of a shonen story? And what makes magic power system in shonen good? You are best comrade. Dima Kaftan, best comrade, back at you. Thank you. Thumbs up. Shonen story. Well, as you probably know if you guys have followed along, but let's have a quick recap. For me, story is more important than the visuals and the quality of the art. Only just, but I am a pro-story kind of guy, and a narrative. So, hero's journey, right? We need to be able both to relate to your protagonist or your shonen main character or characters. They need to have, like, you know, this isn't the hero's journey in a nutshell, but they need to have, you know, something that forces them into conflict, some kind of decision they have to make, some kind of training they undergo, some kind of emotional worth. Like, you can have people do all of the powers shit, but I don't care about that unless I care about the characters. So a good shonen, this might sound really fucked up, a good shonen action manga is still at its core going to be about the relationship of different people and possibly different people in conflict. And I know that mentioning Hunter x Hunter might not really apply, because Hunter x Hunter is arguably subversive shonen, or at least a subversive response to the genre, but that is still very much a film about the characters. It's a film about what Gon does, or how he reacts when shit doesn't go his way for once. It's a film about what kind of person Killua is actually trying to develop into, you know what I mean? It's about the characters, and then there's all this fucking amazing action and stuff on top. Also, if you can have, when you ask about a magic power system, if you can have something that's kind of relatable to kind of your own shonen and matches the nature of a world. So is your shonen just going to be about, like, characters becoming more and more powerful? Is it going to be about characters losing power or becoming powerful in different ways, or having different ideas of what power truly is? Like, one goes down the route of just being able to manipulate people without being much of a fighter, but is able to achieve their goals through that, through commerce, God, through industry, who knows? Whilst your other character's still just trying to, you know, Baki style, just beat up his dad because his dad's an asshole, but also happens to be one of the strongest creatures on Earth. It's a tough situation. So you need to sit down and have a think about, what do you want from a shonen, what do you think is valuable. But at the core of it, at the core of any good fighting anime, it's got to be about the people. It's got to be the relationship of the characters. If somebody's fighting in that fight because of relationship reasons between two characters, you're in there, you understand their motives, and you're down with it, and the fight could be anything. But if someone's just fighting a fight because they are the super powerful guy and it's a tournament story and you don't care about anybody entering the tournament other than you're mildly curious to see what special powers they might have, it's weak water. Do you know what I mean? Your raft's just floating about, but it's not a calm lake. That's a really bad metaphor, but yeah, anyway, that's kind of what I vaguely think. I hope you can somehow fish an answer out of that ramble. Marek Ishtar says, hey hun, hey babe, I was wondering if you could do a couple pictures for kissing, a video on a guy times girl, or a girl times girl, and a guy times guy, please. It would be super helpful. I think the rules are probably vaguely the same across the straight or bi genres, in that you've got maybe two types of kiss. You've got equality kiss, which is where, you know, two faces come in, they both go at, like, you know, a slightly right angle to get the noses out of the way, and you just have to understand the line of the connection around the mouths and stuff for a bit of a kiss, and also relationship of the bodies. And then you've got the more interesting ones, which are inequality kisses. These are titles I'm making up, but one is probably more dominant than the other. Is someone kissing more passionately than the other? Is somebody leading into the kiss and taking the advantage of a moment, and the other one's kind of a bit more passively going along with it? Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes both characters want to kiss and they're both really keen, but one of them has more courage to lean in and make the kiss happen than the other. Maybe one's a bit taller than the other and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's loads to kind of think about there, because an image of a kiss or an image of two characters interacting is kind of theoretically supposed to be telling a bit of a story within that moment, and the relationship, again, it boils down to the relationship of the two characters. But yeah, we can kind of think on that. I'm gonna just copy your entire comment, because you've also called me hun, which is really weird, and just save that for later possible tutorials. Yeah, there's a lot to be said there. Or, you know, I can feel myself waking up. I say this every time, I think, now, because I'm kind of, you learn to know yourself. What was the question that we were going to do? I want to know about your favourite non-anime artists, and I will separately do another question, which is tell me about action films. But like I said at the beginning of this episode, I'm a little bit tired. Now I'm still very tired, but I'm just like, ooh, I think actually my mind's turning on. Marla Paraguia, I'm not going to say that right. Marla, you say, gotta love the DWMs. Thank you. I listen to DWMs when I'm building farms and stuff on Terraria. Oh, dude, is that any good? I love listening to your voice. Oh my god, I'm so sorry you're getting Morning Mikey in that case. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. And Thais Gonzalez says, oh my god. Oh, also, thank you very much, I hope. And Culture Tyrant 95, no spoilers, but I don't like how they ended one of the characters' story. It was very interesting how they ended the movie. Are you talking about Infinity War? But despite that, I like how they made you care about the characters even more. In short, it's a really good movie. Yeah, you must be talking about Infinity War. I think I know which character you didn't like. It's a character that kind of fucks things up for people. Understandable that that character is going to be fucked up emotionally anyway of what they had to do, and when you think about their overall arcing thing as loss, losing their mum, losing their family, meeting and losing their dad, losing their real dad, losing their kind of air quotes culture dad, and then losing your girlfriend. It's a tough series of films for that particular character, if that's who you're in reference to, but I know what you're saying. Yeto Provin says, welcome back to Guess the Horror Quote. Be afraid, be very afraid. Reply back the answer. Yeto Provin, are you playing text-based games in my chat? Oh my goodness. Lucas C, be afraid, be very afraid. Joel says, I remember the part in the first one where he arm wrestles that guy and snaps off his entire wrist. I couldn't sleep for days after seeing that. Oh my god, is it The Fly? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what the... Because you're talking about Jeff Goldblum, right? When he just... Oh my god, I know exactly what you mean. And it is deeply upsetting. Oh, why did that... Oh, you just fished up a memory from the back of my brain. Yeah, I think the film you're talking about is The Fly. A Jeff Goldblum classic that's just so... Oh, fuck. Who was I talking to? Oh, I was talking to somebody about that. Oh my god. Yeah, we were talking... I think this came up in the Infinity War spoiler podcast me and Ken did, about how, like, Tony Stark, right, if you follow the comics and shit, like, his suit's now nanobots, it's getting more and more tech heavy, and it reaches a point, I think, in the comics where it's under his skin. Like, the nanobots, like, you know, go through his pores or some bullshit, and then, like, the suit, so he's always Iron Man, he always has the suit, and then it, like, just, you know, goes on the outside, or they're inside his bones or something mental. And I think we were talking about like some really fucked up version where it's like the special effects from the end of an Indiana Jones film where his Tony Stark's face melts and the suit pours out of his eyes or something, or it's like the end scene of The Fly, the Jeff Goldblum one, where like part of his face just slouches away and underneath there's like a fly face, except it's the Iron Man mask, and it's just like a really disgusting Rob Bottin style real thing where just Tony melts away and the Iron Man armor's underneath him. That's the way it's going anyway, or at least that's the way we're gonna have to put together a bit of crowdfunding to make just 20 seconds of disgusting footage. Here's a random discovery for you. I randomly came up in a suggested list, and I think it's because he worked with Tom Scar, some random UK guy. Well, I should say a lad, he's a young'un. Well, young'un compared to me, he's definitely an adult. Some guy from the UK doing some like really gruesome style shorts, like, I don't know, Rob Bottin style gory, I don't know how to describe it. I'm just going to recommend it. Having said that, can I remember what this guy's... Anyway, the only reason I'm going on about it is because I found his channel. He had like 5,000 subs, and he's been making videos for ages, and I was like, actually, there's really something here. I'll give this a subscribe and send him a message on Twitter. And this isn't because of me, it's because he did the stuff with, you know, we have a guy, Tom Scar, there we go, fuck, I'd lost his name for a split second. He used to be thin, now he's big, Tom Scar, basically like Mikey. But he, because of that, like his popularity's kicked off, and he went from something like 5,000 to 30,000 in about a week subs, which is absolutely cool. But what does he do? Oh, and he does, okay. The last one I think he was called was Break Up Buddy, which is okay. It's kind of gross, but he's got some better gross stuff. Will McDaniel, there we go. That's my random recommendation for the day. Will and then McDaniel. There we go. That's me going on a side thing again. I really do apologise. Coffee Cat J says, "Hey Mikey, great DWM. Thank you very much. You're too kind, because they are terrible. They're long rambling sessions. I'm glad you like them. It's always good listening to you, and I was really happy to be able to watch some of your live streams this week. Oh, thank you very much for popping in that case. Hope to catch more in the future. Hashtag hardcore crew." Oh, great, yeah, and it's great to catch people on there from here, but I never know. Sometimes people have different usernames, and I might talk to them loads on the DWMs. Talk, he says. And then in the Twitch, I'm just like, oh, hey, thanks for popping along, but I'm not like, oh, it's you from the thing that we were talking about ages ago. I wish I could remember them all. Redo Dragon Issei says, Mike, can you do some more man tutorials? Sorry, my English. Red Dragon, don't worry about it. Yes, I can. Not right now, but we've got some other bits to do. But yeah, in theme, and Toby Sonala. No tea? Blasphemy. Oh my god, yeah, you know what, you're right. Last DWM, I just had a bottle of water, didn't I? Oh, that was weird. I do apologise. And Jericho Cross 97 says, my friend wanted to get into art, more specifically anime. I'm slowly teaching him. To jumpstart him, I told him to check out your channel because you simplify... Oh, it's very kind. Because you simplify everything and make it so much easier to learn. Oh, thumbs up. What word of advice would you have for my friend? No tutorial? The new sip of tea question, maybe? Hashtag hardcore crew, hashtag notification squad, hashtag sip of tea. By the way, you should collab with White Manga. He's looking to collab with people. Sip my... Sip. Oh, I'm a bit of a White Manga fanboy. Actually, I'll be honest. I haven't watched many other YouTube channels this year, but yeah, I've gone through a lot of White Manga videos, especially last year. Maybe I should get in touch. I don't know what he wants to do. Random Michaela. Wait, did you have something else to say? Oh yeah, word of advice, Jericho Cross. To your friend doing art. Yeah, don't stress. Honestly. I'm assuming if they're just starting, they might not be very good. They might be gifted, who knows. But most people start off being shit. So, oh, excuse me, I'm burping away. Be shit. Absolutely, be shit and be cool with it. Because you're going to be, and then you're going to get better. Practice, practice, practice. Keep it up. Draw as much as you can. Draw whatever you want. Don't stress yourself thinking it has to be this or it has to be that. Like, you know, enjoy the process of doing it. Draw things that get your juices and your imagination flowing. Yeah, sit down and make sure you can draw hands and feet and faces and stuff like that as well. You do need to get that out of the way. But think about why you want to get into it. What is it that really works for your friend? And then focus on that, maybe. Random Michaela just says, hey, Mikey. Hello there, Random Michaela. Thank you very much for commenting. And Ricky Segundo says, hey, Mikey. Hello, Ricky. Every time I do a drawing, it's an exercise in the dramatic. Oh, my God. That's a great way to put it. My friends who also do art all day do edgy stuff. They may like my change of pace, but do you have pointers to get my characters slightly more anime-like, as they call it? I'm sure putting my main character in a shirt that's too big on purpose doesn't help. Ricky Segundo. Anime is such a wide term, right? There's loads of different styles. I would say, instead of worrying about the rules of what makes anime anime and not, what anime, if any, do you watch that you personally really like the style of? What really kicks out for you? And then just develop what you do to try to make it maybe match that a little bit more, or push it slightly in that direction. Pick and choose those elements. Is it them, you know, golden age of anime, super pointy noses? Is it the kind of like weird, slitty-eyed, self-prudent, glistening looks of the later powerful Bleach characters as they just sniff their own farts and think they're the best thing in the world? Is it like that kind of casual style of Naruto where the main focus is a fairly kind of simple but bold design for a character, plus an extra large weapon? Simple standard character, funny sideways haircut, this one's got a moustache and really big shuriken. This character's an old lady with a hat on, really big wooden dummy. You know what I mean? Like loads of just kind of really particular types of tropes that come out of different styles. Find it, get a feel for it, work on it. Opposites Weeb says, I'm always late to the uploads, but I will always watch and love the series. Lots of love coming your way as always. Thank you very much, Opposites Weeb. That is also Trey Kind. And Tori Graham says, playing God of War, and it's amazing. Yeah, I keep hearing good things about this one. Kratos and his son go to Norway or something? Yeah, I hear it's really, really good. By the way, Meow is Marvel Avengers Infinity War. Oh, that's what it was. Great movie, yeah. Great movie, made me sad. Okay, dear Story Graham. And Yevik or JV5000OMC says, thanks for answering Mikey. Great video too. That's very kind of you. I hope you guys have enjoyed in the background just seeing so a lot of the pictures are really derpy, but the point of Mikey the Gathering is it's just warm up for me before Twitch streams. So I've just put together loads of random weird images as probably what you've just been watching in the background. I hope you've enjoyed it or gotten something out of it, or at least just enjoyed the fact that I've been rambling along as ever. It sounds like I'm wrapping up, but I'm not. Ooh, did I just change the pace on you? Boloblito says, simplemente sensacional. Thank you very much. Saludos desde Colombia. Saludos desde England, dude. Always a pleasure to have you in. And Casey Delalure says, ha! Finally caught Mikey early. Anyway, hi, long time no see. Casey, how you doing? I see you're back on Twitch and I haven't been able to catch any of the streams. Don't worry, because I'm either going to bed or I'm in class. But I graduate on the 23rd of this month. Oh my god, good luck. Happy graduation. All the best to you. So I'll be able to catch up on Mikey. I've been finishing up on my portfolio. Oh my god, this is a fucking essay. I regret this already. I'm finishing up on my portfolio for my art project class, and now I have to pick out 5 of the best pieces to send to the college board. Oh, dude, yeah. Oh my god, you have been working on this for ages. I'm remembering how long ago you used to update us in this series about your different art projects. You don't know what ones to go with. Speaking of artwork and another project of mine, my steampunk read more Reaper piece was put into an art show, Sips Tea, and I got another first place ribbon. Casey, excellent. Good luck with your selections. What kind of narrative and story are you trying to show with your artwork? What selections and pieces best do that? And also, what relationship do those particular pieces have between each other? That's the kind of thing I think they try to keep an eye out for those submissions. Dead Limbo says, oh my god, you're amazing. Thank you very much, Dead Limbo. No, I'm not, but thank you. And I absolutely love your channel. Oh my, your vids are so helpful, fun, and just all round great to watch, even when doing random tasks like homework. Thumbs up! Dead Limbo. I love this. DWM, you guys are so kind. Sipping that tea. And Kaljin Junior Baptiste says, nice work. Do you do manga, or if you have your own, what's its name? Kaljinji. Not yet. I don't do manga. I can't give you the working title of the one that I'm still writing stroke never doing, because it gives away a bit about the manga. And the doujins I do from time to time. Oh my god, Genos doujin. Oh god, you know what? We do Claymore. We get Claire out the way, but I've already built another wait, is what do you call it? Petard? Hoisted by your own petard? I've already built another petard in the background, and it's about to give me a good hoisting. I think that's how you use that term. You wouldn't think English is my first language. Where like the Genos doujin stuff started but haven't finished. Fuck. Okay, excuse me. I've just realised what I should probably focus on today. And Kaz Gaming says, no Mikey, don't do it. If you draw Claire from Claymore, we'll lose one of our greatest memes. Kaz Gaming, she's been done. I'm going to draw her again just to rub it in extra deep to the fans. But yeah, we got her out of the way. And Yarn Ninja says, Mikey, please can you do a chibi tutorial, please? If you read this, thank you. Yeah, god, you guys want that chibi, don't you? I keep thinking, yeah. I get a few requests for that, and then I kind of put it on the list and put it back down the list for other things. But actually, I've had quite a few requests for chibi tutorials now. Maybe that is something I do need to pump up the volume. Is that a thing? Pump up the mic. Galaxy 900 says, greetings from Wyoming. Excellent. I understand Wyoming is quite beautiful but flat with amazing vistas and skylines. Is that right? I won't be mad if you don't know where that is. What are you talking about? Galaxy 900. Wyoming has validity. I was wondering if you can do a tutorial on how to add detail to hair. Thanks for your time. Details to hair. Yeah, I've done a general hair tutorial. Do you mean about those little bits of strands that catch the wind and stuff like that? Like the final finishing to hair? Because that's also a good idea. Yeah, actually. That is a good idea. I'm just kind of mulling it over. I will copy, paste that as well. Alright, Windows. Calm down. Bloody update. Mikey, can you do a scenery tutorial? And Warco, in terms of backgrounds, environments and scenery, I need to do some practice first before I do tutorials. I know, I do apologise, it's not my personal strength. I need to get there. And Black Cat 666 says, hi Mikey, would you ever come to Manchester? Great Britain, Great Britain. Black Cat 666, are you Mancunian? Excellent. Would I ever go there? Yeah, absolutely. I hear it's really good to like go up and just have like a really messy night out. But in general, what, just go to Manchester and just do some drawing and stuff? No. I don't like I don't have a setup that does that. I hope that makes sense. Like when we do Mikey on tour, oh absolutely, I'll be going all around the UK and saying hello to people. But I would happily visit Manchester in a very general sense, but for no particular reason. Just to go with mates, take some photographs, see the sights, and probably get pissed. Black Cat 666, if you're over 18, then buy me a pint, and if you're not, thanks for asking, it's always a pleasure having you. Martin Jamal says, 4 minutes and 8 seconds. If you look at the hand in another way, it seems as if someone had cut it. Ooh, good eyes, Martin. Very, very good eyes. And let's have a scroll down for one last more comment. Let's pick something up from the lower echelons that might have just got nudged down. Valsa Fantastic says, thanks for reading my comment before. Oh my god, I've done you already. Oh, and it's an essay I've picked. You have chosen unwisely. Valsa Fantastic, let me speed read your comment. Yeah, it's fine to enjoy movies for any kind of reason. You're absolutely right. So don't worry about liking something that somebody else does. This is a very movie-heavy themed kind of comment that we got going on. And you don't need to measure films against each other. You don't need to tear one down in order to make the other one seem good. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, your comment's really good. It's just about not having to compare for the sake of bashing and hating on something in order to feel good about something else. I actually like the deeper message. But again, I'm reading between the lines. Looking forward to you keeping your word that my advice was good and seeing you draw some more animals. Keep up the great stuff. Oh god, yeah, it was good advice. We need to do animal practice. There's something I really, really like about when you see artists, not even necessarily manga or anime, whenever they do a character piece, they always try to sneak in an animal into the same picture. And it really just adds so much more to the image. I don't know why, but I like it. And also, I bloody love otters. Nobody's asked, but I need to get some otters in there. Aussie Art says, hey Mikey, question. What category do you give an art video when you're uploading it? I was thinking how to in style, but it doesn't quite fit. Aussie Arts, that is a good question. Most of my art I put in how to in style because it's how to draw. DWMs I leave in how to in style just so that it sits vaguely in the same algorithm slots somewhere in the internet. And the other ones are like technology for the reviews or just life, I don't know, stuff. If I do some other things, I really don't know, but mostly how to in style or film and animation. Aussie Arts. I hope that helps you with your own uploading things. So yeah, everybody, I'm feeling way more awake right now. That's fantastic. Who would have thought it? All I needed was a pint of coffee and to read through your delicious comments and see what's going on. That was a really big knock. And see what's going on with you guys. But let's have a quick moment for a shout out to those fantastic people on Patreon who support me. Much love goes out to Tylia M, Gabriel C, Beta, The Travelling Wolf, Janet W, Joe R, Kyrie Art, Garrett C, Rider2KX, Michael S, Trent H, Adam D, Jorgen A, Wes B, Connor M, Raymond B, Julio Felix O, Rob, John Hall V, Matthew Graham, Azek. These are all people at the higher end of the Patreon tier, and I do bloody love you for all of the support. There's loads of people on Patreon, so come pop along if you ever want. For as little as $1 a month, you help Mikey eat and live. It's great. Anyway, we've got Simon B in here, we've got Gareth, we've got Taylor S, Artorius777, Kenneth JH, we've got Rory A, we've got Tudin, Hamongchi L, Thomas C, Angry H, or Angry Hermit I should say, that's not your surname, Johnny Young, God that is your surname, I fucked up, Johnny Y, you didn't hear that, Ollie's just Ollie, Brownie Wars, Garrett, Jens W, Christian L, Minion715, ICZ, Nbags, Ahaki, Rombly and Kurt D. Thank you so much, you absolutely fantastic heroes on Patreon. which is where we put up stuff. Basically, we're going to reach a point, guys, where I'm going to probably just sit down and view lot. I don't know if it's going to be before or after I get kicked out of the house, and just sort of say, it's going to go full-time. I'm going to be doing some full-time illustration. I'm going to have a test run for the rest of 2018, walk away from the day job and just see, can doing what I like to do actually be a thing that I live off? It's going to be very exciting. This is not an official announcement, but basically it's my way of just seeing all those people on Patreon are the only fucking reason it's possible. They're absolute heroes. I do bloody love them, and I would love to just, again, change pay. We've put on some more reward. This isn't a hard sell, by the way. This is me just thinking out loud. Don't worry about it. But we've changed up some of the rewards and added a few things on there. I really need to, or want to, make that even more. Just put some more stuff on there and have more time to do it. But a great big thank you to them. A great big thank you to you guys as well. I hope you have a bloody lovely week. Take care.